let's rip into this.
Rip?
Let's rip into this bag of chips. I'm coming up with all new sayings for 2020. Like and subscribe below.
No more.
Comment. Let me know your favorite comments.
No more.
Because your favorite comments are my favorite comments. And I'm going to like things that you like because I'm a YouTube person.
No more. Let's fuck this pig.
No, I don't like that one. The pig doesn't consent. So
It might have the app and do so.
So have you guys ever watched sovereign state people get arrested? It's really funny. It's really
Is that
funny.
A YouTube channel?
Yeah, I've been dipping back into my old
Never
bag of
even heard
tricks.
it, so.
I'm going to check it out.
It's where these people are, they basically get pulled over for something as simple as speeding or taillight out or whatever. They keep their windows rolled up almost all the way, and they talk and they film the police officer.
I've seen that.
And they think like, oh, well, I'm not actually driving this vehicle. I'm a traveler on the road. They change all the verbiage around so they can, slink their way through the law. And every time the cop just breaks the window and pulls their screaming dumbasses out of it. I do not consent. I do not consent. It is the funniest thing in the world.
I've seen like where they roll down the window like, I don't have to talk to you.
There's people that are like, the Bible says I have a God-given right to travel.
Vance, you told a cop that the other day. Just kidding.
That's funny.
And then there's people with no insurance that say I do have insurance because on every insurance policy, there's a section that everybody else pays called uninsured motorists. So they're paying my insurance, so I really have insurance.
Man, it's just so funny to watch them being drug out of a car in front of their family and kids. Just
you have to show me that when we're done.
It's real good. There's a guy who lives with his mom in a fucking basement. I hope he's listening because he's a piece of shit. He went to a court and
he is listening. I just got a word.
He's one of our 6.
Great. Put him on the phone. I want to talk to him.
He's one of our 6.
He went to a court and was harassing these 2 courtroom bailiffs because he wanted in to tape to see the courtroom, and he was like, they're like, you can't come in with the video camera, and he was like, why? And he just kept harassing, and then they put their hands out, and he's like, don't touch me, like he got all
fuck off.
And so they finally had enough after about a half an hour of it, and he got tased to fuck.
They lasted way longer than I would have lasted. I'd have been like 5 minutes. We're done.
He just kept going like, my rights are being violated and yada yada yada, and it was really funny. But I had a good time watching those the other night. It's like a Christmas present over and over and over again.
I need to watch these. Have you seen the motherfucker lady, right?
No, what's that?
This lady this is gonna be old news by the time this gets posted. But
old news. She's
in a store and she's yelling at some guy, but it's the way that she's got some mental problems, and I feel terrible, but it's the way she calls people a motherfucker. She's like, motherfucker. And she is screaming, and it's like, oh my god!
It's like Akira. That's you are.
Yeah,
Kaneda.
And then apparently somebody filmed her doing it in another store, but it's not like a prank or anything. It's just this real woman. I'm like, she needs fucking help. Like,
I can imagine the YouTube thumbnail. Screaming lady, crazy ... Oh my god, so funny with a bunch of shitty emojis.
I actually made 7 reaction videos because I wanted to make sure that everybody knew all my reactions to it. No, I actually was like, this is so terrible because I feel so bad for this woman, but man, the way she says motherfucker is making my day. So now there's like 900 memes. Memes.
Yeah, there's a definite need for some mental help in this country. Yeah, they ignore it. They ignore it every day. It's great. It's great.
I need it, that's for sure.
But I like it when it's called justice porn, and I know that sounds really weird, but it's not. It's basically people who get their comeuppance on a video, and it's just real good. It's like you got a guy who's harassing somebody in a store, and the security guard tackles him and beats the shit out of him. It's real funny.
I like that. I seen the one where the lady was panhandling in a McDonald's parking lot, like at the corner of the McDonald's, and she did it every day, and these people were filming her. And then when she leaves, she gets in like
a fucking Escalade.
Yeah, it was a Cadillac or of some sort.
Yeah.
And
she
then
was white, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I remember that one.
Of course. And then she like, come on, we're nuts.
Natalie, that was safe enough to say. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're nuts. It's all right, society. We know it. And then there was the other one where the lady these people had a Tesla, and she comes up to the car, and I don't know if they're parking or they're getting into it, but it's their car. It's not hers. And she has them open the door, and she's like, "You need to plug my car in right now. This is my car." And they're like, What? She's like, "This is my car, blah, blah, blah." And they're like, so of course they filmed her. Well, then she gets mad, and she has an umbrella with her, and she the people are like, "Well, we're calling the cops because you're not leaving us alone." And she wouldn't let them leave.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, "No, this is my car," and blah, blah, blah. She has her umbrella, and then she kind of walks away. So the guy starts following her, filming her. She's screaming at him. She throws her umbrella in the bushes and then turns around and starts screaming at him some more, and then walks off. I'm like, "Why'd you throw your umbrella?"
Yeah, she's clearly having an off day.
Oh yeah.
I think it's what I think it is, Vance. It's the women's menopause. Natalie's face just scrunched up like a rotini noodle.
It could be their monthly time too. Come on, fellas, am I right? Yeah, dicks out, dudes. Let's do this.
Dicks
yeah,
out, bro. Yeah, Harambe, right, guys?
Right.
Memes.
Justice.
Memes are funny.
Justice.
There's a video that I saw though. There was a woman who was trying to get in a bus, and she's not mentally ill. The people down there, they know her. They're stopped at a light, and he's like, you gotta go up to the bus stop. I can't pick you up here. Yeah,
normal.
And she's like, let me in. And he's like, no, you do this every day. We can't let. And she's like, oh, slam on the fucking thing. It's really good.
Oh man.
A video that I've recently saw that pisses me off. And my daughter has her car here in the garage, and I'm supposed to put the O2 sensor in it, which I did, the oxygen sensor.
That's how you know it's breathing.
In a Chevy Aveo. This is a Chevy Aveo 2008. Right, and the lady in the video calls it a Chevy Avino, and she keeps calling it instead of an oxygen
Avino?
sensor.
Avino, like the lotion.
She keeps calling it an oxygen sensor. Have a listen.
Can they hear this?
I can turn it up here, and
they need to hear this.
What's an oxygen sensor?
Check it out.
This video is for a 2005 Chevy Avino oxygen sensor replacement. Now, we had some trouble getting to the oxygen sensor. So what we figured out, we had to take this plate off. Nope. We had to take out these three screws that went 1, 2, and 3. Once we took out those screws, we were able to get to this oxygen sensor to replace it. But the thing is, it was rusted over, so we had to pay some lubricant.
Also,
the tool we'd gotten didn't fit on there because the oxygen sensor was so close to.
So then he also yells, "Those aren't screws, they're bolts."
What if they're an advanced alien race and they just don't know our language very well?
I'm here from Earth. So, yes.
From our
If you look at the comments on this, you'll see mine.
You commented?
Oh yeah. Oh. Someone said, "Where's the downstream oxygen sensor on your Avino?" And I replied with, "I'm about to go change my oxygen sensor," and I just spelled it OCKSIKINSINSER.
And this was not a prank video.
No,
this
it doesn't
was a
sound like it.
And she was doing it
but
wrong.
But she says it so many times.
Well,
she's a dumb woman.
Come on. I'm just going to go ahead and say
she's a stupid woman.
She's got a vagina that makes her dumb. I'm just, it's just science.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I don't think that's true.
Huh?
I don't think that's true.
That's because you have a vagina. He just accepts it for what it is.
He's like, yeah, I know.
I'm non-binary, bro.
I like the videos where they take the person's how-to, and it's super informative, but they don't fucking care about it. And they edit it and make it and take out all the uhs and ahs, and they just make it into one long video. I
need to get on YouTube more often. I miss all the good stuff.
Not all of it's great. I'm just gonna put it on there.
I really thought this lady was trolling me for a while.
There are people who just pronounce words wrong. Natalie does it every day.
I do it all the time, and I love it.
You know, I say wrong shit sometimes too, although it's not very often.
Irregardlessly.
Yeah,
ginormous.
Why is that often? It's T silent for a reason.
I hate when people use the word literally wrong.
I literally hate that.
I literally hate that.
Literally.
I'm like, people at work will be so mad. They're like, I'm literally about to blow up right now. I'm like,
you have a bomb in
if you're literally about to blow up, we should all duck because it's going to be a mess.
There's going to be some guts.
There's a friend I was talking to who we were talking about conservationism, and he goes, and I was talking about water, and I was like, I try not to flush the toilet each time I go, and he goes, why do we care about conserving water?
Did you sit down?
And I put my head in my hand, and I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, why do I care about that? And I was like,
did you not see all those oceans out there?
I was like, wait, are you being flippant, or like, do you really not know about conserving water? That was like the one thing they taught us when we were kids. Like,
we're just gonna pee out more of it, dude. It's cool.
And he's like, no, that's not how it works. And I was like, what do you mean that's not how it works? And he goes, we have oceans. And I was like, no, come on, no. How do you know how to put together a computer, but you don't know about simple conservationism with water and how oceans do not supply us with
Do you want to tell the
water.
folks about the last time you were at the DMV?
I think we did already on here. Yeah, I did. Where the lady wanted us to scoop all the floodwaters up and send it to New Mexico or Texas or whatever. I know I went over this on here. Quick recap. At the DMV, lady, like 20-some-year-old girl on her phone talking to someone very loud for no reason, because it's not like it was loud and fun in the DMV. You're just sitting there quietly on your phone like, hurry up, I just want to get out of here. And she tells her friend, it's like Nebraska, Iowa, we had really bad flooding over the summer. So she tells her friend, first off, I just want to get my license is taken away, but I just want to get my ID card so I can go into the hookah bar. Like, that was priority A of sitting there, not paying for your mistakes and this and that, which we've all done dumb shit. But her main priority of the day was getting her ID so she can go into the hookah bar. They knew who I am, but I just have to have it on me anyways. So I'm like, oh, start texting this conversation.
Holy shit.
Then she says, well, what they should do with this floodwater is suck it all up, put it in a truck, and drop it off in New Mexico where they need it. Yeah. And I was
Gonna drink my Starbucks.
I was like, the future of America is sitting right next to me. Awesome.
It's okay. Old, young, doesn't matter who you are. Everyone's got bad ideas. And you know what? My recycling one, probably a bad one.
I have bad ideas all the time, but that was the funniest shit. I was like, this makes the DMV trip. I'm so glad I came into this place.
I just like judging people. I think it's fun.
I am Judgy Judgerton. It's in our DNA. Like, our folks.
It sure is.
You know what, though? Someone judges me every day. I don't really give a fuck. Judge me.
Ooh. I shit not.
I used to judge people, and then this one person had a tattoo that said, only God can judge me. So I changed my life.
He did. He
I'm definitely not God.
I love it when people go, well, that's my opinion. It's like, great, you didn't have to say that.
No.
Everybody has an opinion. Guess what? A lot of them are terrible and stupid.
We need another plague.
How can it be wrong? It's an opinion. Because you're not purporting an opinion anymore. You're purporting a fact. And at that fact, if it's wrong, it's going to be demonstrably wrong. And I'm going to call you on it. I expect everybody to do the same thing to me.
Opinions are like assholes. Why? Because everyone's got one and they all smell like shit? No, because I want to shove a plunger handle in yours.
Ooh. Wait a minute. I don't want to do this anymore. We shouldn't be talking. I had an ex-girlfriend who said literally to me, well, my dad loves me so much that if I said the sky was purple, it would make it true.
Oh my
God. That's a real quote.
Was she being serious?
No, yes.
My dad thought I was so bright, he called me son.
This is a Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror. I'm one of your what's going on?
Nice.
I'm one of your judgy hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is
Natalie Rose.
Next to her is
Vinny Rose.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm just public service announcement to you, Dan. I know you're not on social media a lot, but when you are, I just want you to watch out. If you get a friend request from Hormel, deny it because it's probably spam.
He He told me that shit the other day, and I fucking fell out of my chair. I literally fell out of my chair.
You literally floated away.
I told my boss that, and he just walked away. He didn't say a word. I was like, I understand if it takes a little while to process.
He just, all you hear is the door close and the faint sound of a gunshot.
Sir?
Natalie, what do we got today?
Oh my God. So last week we had a rough ride.
Rough Riders. Ride or die.
Bum, 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 bum,
Bum. Tugboats. You don't remember that song?
No.
ATL, shouty. All right. Only real Rough Riders will know that.
Rough Riders anthem, yo.
There was tugboats.
Shut them down, open up shop.
Oh, I know that song. Okay.
Not that one.
Oh.
That's on the one I was. That's on the one I was talking about.
I love my baby mama.
I'll never let her go.
So we had a rough ride last week with their horrific stories. So I decided today to think that we should have world's crappiest creepypasta stories.
Can we call them crappy pastas?
I did. Shut up, I did.
Nice.
Shut up. Literally, she did.
I literally physically typed that. I typed that.
Your cat is literally the cutest thing I've ever seen.
God, he is so huge.
That's the correct usage of the word literally.
He actually looks like he lost some weight.
He is a giant. Now does he? I poofed his hair up.
I like how he just looks at like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, I just want to eat little jelly beans.
Those are his feet for those who don't know.
So I thought it'd be fun to go around the room and read these piles of turds. And these are so bad.
I am a turd reader by trade as well.
Is
so
a lot of them are written by the same person.
Yeah, people are
They
stupid.
should stop.
All right.
The screen's all jacked. I don't know. Can you make that bigger?
Is this really our 73rd episode?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I shit thee not. This is literally our 73rd episode.
Wow, I'm literally flabbergasted by that.
Reminds me of the Mad TV skit.
Hey, before we get into this, I want to talk a little bit about another show that I watched called Mindfield, and I've mentioned this many, many times, and we are not sponsored by Michael from Vsauce at all. But today's episode that I watched was about fear.
Oh,
and they were talking about the scariest thing in the world. And scientifically, they have proven it.
What is it?
You want to take a guess at what it is?
The scariest thing in the world.
Dun, dun, dun,
There's
dun.
so many things.
What do you think? Well, it's not about what is many. Tell me what you think is the scariest thing in the world. Vance?
Can I ask a question?
Sure, of course. You can ask a question.
Yes,
I'd love for you to ask a question.
Give me a yes or no.
Sure, go ahead.
Was I married to it?
Not me. Well, maybe me. Previous marriage.
No. Wow. No, you were not married to it.
Okay.
Can he marry it?
Then I think your information is false.
Scientists baffled in 2021 as a new scariest thing comes out, and you'll never guess what it is. Photo at 11.
Hot dogs.
200 of them.
200 hot dogs.
Smell bad.
When you turn them sideways, it looked like the back of my neck.
Let's see. I guess is it a physical object?
Well,
He got to ask a question.
technically it's two things. Okay. So we'll go with two things.
Death.
That fits into
the
it.
Unknown.
That fits
the
into
unknown.
it. That fits into it as well.
Is it an apocalypse?
No. Because I don't fear the apocalypse.
Bring it on, motherfuckers. Is it dying in a specific way?
That's part of it.
Oh, I'm getting good.
But
this is like the
try to
Guess Who
say
game.
something tangible, like
Dying
like
by fire.
No.
Dying by
Drowning.
murder.
You are very, very close.
Dying by suffocation.
You're even closer.
Dying.
Ooh, it's warm in here.
Saran wrap.
So the way that they put
Murder.
it was do you know what the amygdala is? It's the part of a brain that harnesses the fear.
It's a little hanging ball in the back of your throat.
Jay, he's a Balchinian. Is part of the brain that stores and has, it's the fear receptor of the brain, right?
I had mine removed.
So, that before I go into this any further, they did a study on a woman whose patient SM and they don't reveal her name or anything like that for purposes because
Samantha
she does have
Morris.
She doesn't have an amygdala, so she had that part of her brain removed. And they did tests over time. This is a real thing. It's a real thing. They did tests over time to study fear, and she doesn't react in the same way that a normal human with a normal amygdala would. So, like, for instance, a person robbing her at gunpoint or a knife point, her fear is it's rational. So she's like, well, if you cut me, I'm just going to come after you. So you better kill me. That was her response to being put in that situation. And, or if she sees like fire or something like that, she just goes, okay, well, calmly, she has no fear. So what they did was they took CO2 or carbon dioxide, I'm sorry. And they turned the levels up normal than higher than what a normal human should have. And she took him, and the fear receptors in her removed amygdala weren't showing, but down below towards the brainstem, they were showing. And she actually started to panic.
Oh.
Because when you heighten carbon dioxide, it gives your body a flight or fight response because you are suffocating. And drowning and suffocation are scary for your body. But she doesn't fear in a rational level. It's a rational level. So her through due process of evolution, her fear receptors are working at a primordial level, right? They did a control group where they had a group of people take the CO2, or sorry, I keep calling it CO2, the carbon dioxide, and inhale it, and their fear receptors went down because there was no object around them that was making them fear the situation. So to balance it out, they figured out the scariest thing in the world, scientifically proven so far, and the best evidence that we have, is heightened carbon dioxide levels with a mix of an unknown or problematic or threat. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So like putting someone in a black room, you're scared of the dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a person could be scared of the dark and also take CO2, and it's the scariest thing in the world.
Huh.
It's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I probably butchered some of it, but go watch Minefield, and they explain
Where do you watch that on?
You can watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
The reason why it's on YouTube, and I wish it would have its own channel, or go onto Hulu or something like that. But a lot of people hate YouTube Red, so they kind of got rid of that for the. So there's no paywall anymore to watch it. There's 3 seasons. Watch them all.
There's no more YouTube Red?
I don't think they have it anymore.
Is it true that carbon dioxide is 1 part carbon, 2 parts oxygen?
Yeah.
Oh, that oxygen's a real important part.
Yeah. So what you want to do is take them 3 screws off and
1,
anyway.
2, 3.
But I was watching that. I figured that'd be kind of cool to talk about because
that is cool. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit in that show that it's real science too. It's meant to be in an entertaining Bill Nye type of way, but they do a good job of communicating science.
Carbon dioxide is what trees turn into oxygen, right?
No, they output oxygen by taking in carbon dioxide.
You get it backwards.
Trees create oxygen.
That's why I said is what they use to create oxygen.
No, I thought you said the other way around.
No,
I thought you did too.
We'll go back and listen to the tape.
All right, who's reading first?
You read first.
Episode 73.
This one's in all capitals. That's why I wanted you to read it first.
Hold on. Dan, can you sit this one out? Let's have Casey Kasem read it.
Okay. All right. But it's in all caps, so is he going to be yelling?
No.
During the chaos of the last presidential election campaign, a commemorative stamp was created in 500,000 copies. Oh, this one's fucked up. It's, the text is messed up.
Yeah.
Mine isn't.
I know what you were thinking, but it does not depict neither of the two candidates. I can't read this in his voice because this is stupid. Candidates. He's supposed to be saying candidates, but it's candidates, which is a cabinet candidate, as you know. Instead, IY shows an image that's supposed to be. It shows an image that is Chaos itself. So you copy these straight from the internet.
I didn't touch a thing.
Didn't touch a thing.
Didn't
Okay,
touch a
so
thing.
sorry.
This is all on purpose.
Sorry, listeners. This is round 3 of this shit.
Get. No, these are funny. Everybody loves it. Shut up.
Chaos itself. And seeing that image causes you many nasty things. THINGES. Things like seizure, hallucinations.
I did an amazing
which is the
job.
It's the form of hallucination that doesn't exist.
Right.
It's an hallucination. Madness and loss of sexual appetite.
Do you like the punctuation in this?
Seeing it, comma, however.
Nope, that's not what that says. Oh, it does say however.
Yeah. Seeing it, comma, however. Osni caused death. However, it's supposed to say, however, doesn't cause death.
I can't do this.
So it's unknown why it's called that way. But make no mistakes. Don't make mistakes, guys.
They sure did.
Since the stamp is indeed cursed and change appearance as it travels from one to one other. It's one and other together. One other. Doubling the danger to receiving it and not know what it actually is. Overall, it's not a big deal. So he goes through all that. Overall, it's not a big deal. However, since with emails and telephones, no one really uses mail anymore.
So we had
that is
somewhat
fucking
of a middle
horrifying
and an
to
end,
read.
like no beginning. No, that's why they're on the shit list. Do you want to go next? Or you want me to go next?
Which one do you want me to do?
Death theory is the next one. We're just going to go down the list.
Just this one sentence?
No, it's a whole...
Oh. Death theory. Death, the one thing that is still unknown to us. No one has ever come back to tell the tale. We all think it's a bad thing to die, so we avoid it as best we can.
Actually, we don't all think that, but that's okay.
Well, I have a theory.
Perfect timing.
This world that we live in is some sort of a test or blockade. We must do some kind of task to be freed into our true life.
What?
Like play Twister.
Like,
what we're supposed to do is still a mystery to us. The only way to get back to our real world as one of us now is to die.
wait. Hold on. Okay, so first off, he doesn't have...
Talk about what's going on. What he means by that in the next sentence.
All right, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you see, death is really trying to give you freedom, and it's a great thing. We shouldn't be avoiding it. We should be looking forward to let death take us into its grasp. At least that's what I think. Finally, I wrote that down at last. Now it's back to enjoying Fallout 4.
Daniel, did you write this? Because you play Fallout. Hold on.
All you see is me run off.
Daniel, come back. Your penmanship is beautiful.
So first off, he doesn't have a theory. That's not even a hypothesis.
That's his
It's
theory.
just a thing he made up. Second off, he says, I have a theory, but then he also purports to know it's true. And then tells you that we should be embracing death.
I think that the guy that just read that should be paid to narrate Stephen King stories.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about
Him.
Vin A. Diesel.
Nice.
We're going to see what's up. I live my life quarter mile at a time.
Do you? How does one calculate
I don't
that?
get that.
Well, you take a mile.
I live my life a light year at a
time.
time.
You divide it by 4. That's how you calculate
Death
it.
is a true
You
out.
dum-dum.
It's 1/4 beat, so it's 1 beat every 4 seconds. Okay, how do you divide that? How is that helpful? I'll just go back and add it. Sure.
Math with Vin Diesel. He's got a show on PBS.
The thing about
I don't understand. Can you write that down?
You know what?
I'm going to fail my exam.
You say what you want, but Pitch Black was a hell of a movie.
Oh, that's a great movie. I like Vin Diesel.
I like Riddick better.
I like Riddick as well.
I don't really care for Pitch Black that
I
much.
like them both.
Pitch Black was amazing. So.
My eyes are blue. He used to be a breakdancer.
Did he?
Yep, that's how he got to start in show business.
They might be making a.
Jason
Last
Statham
Witch
used to be a
Hunter, too.
stripper.
Jason Statham.
Who?
Jason, your favorite
can't do it.
person.
I can't do it right
All right,
now.
Natalie, keep
All right,
going.
this one is. I'm gonna read it like it's written. So buckle up. This is called "Da Fat Ghost."
DAFATGHOST.
Note: I didn't write this pasta. I'm just posting it here.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. This story is true. Do not cow fake because it is as real as you and me.
That was really good, actually.
Israel.
I want to read it but I don't think I should
It
do
is
that.
Azrael.
So once I was sleeping, but then I heard something in me closet. I opened a skeleton came out and said, "Run, he coming." I wondered who was coming, but then a fat ghost came and said, "Boo!" then I peed my pants. So and
With a Z.
Pants. So and the ghost get it mad. But I get it a vacuum and sucked him in.
It's Luigi's Mansion
It is.
with a Rastafarian.
Professor Egad.
Proton packs on the backs and they split.
I was bored at me house, but suddenly a zombie, I was getting attacked. I sliced my head or his head off, and then there was hypo-realistic blood. I was really mad because I stand me carpet and walls, and even worse, there was also hyper-realistic guts insides. The fat ghost come out again, and I eated that last donut so he get real madder. And I tried possessing me, but I sucked him into vacuum again. And then Buddha slapped for eating the last donut. The end.
Hey, this isn't funny because I remember one time Natalie got super, super mad at me because I sucked a ghost up in the vacuum and it gummed up all the works.
It did. I was like, that is our shark vacuum, mister.
I got in trouble.
This sounds like it was read by Shaggy.
Oh, man.
The story is true. Do not take fake because it isn't right to me. So once I was sleeping, but hard then. I like how every but.
It wasn't real.
Two T's.
It wasn't real. Something in the closet, so I opened me skeleton.
It wasn't real.
Come out and said he running who's coming, but the fat ghost came and said, "Boo."
What's a big deal?
Then I peed my pants, and so the ghost getting mad at the vacuum and so
He peed him good.
Picture this, we were both butt naked, sucking on the vacuum.
I like how was that an Ethiopian who sung that song with him?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Toy doll. I have always loved to play with dolls ever since I was a kid.
That wasn't the story. That was just Dan letting us know.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, right.
After that, ribble. So if you look on my phone, you see how it's ho and then ribble.
Ho ribble.
It's all fucked up.
Came out like his is fine on here.
After that horrible accident,
Horrible.
So hold on. I have always loved to play with dolls ever since I was a kid. Well, not anymore. After that horrible accident, did anybody else know what that horrible accident was?
He's living in foster care.
I am currently living in foster care. Oh, Brandon, foster care. Do you know what that is? Manager. Since both of my parents are dead, how did this happen? Well, you see, it all started when I bought this doll. Ellipsis. So I bought this doll. Ellipsis. Not the end of a sentence, but there is a new paragraph there underneath. So
Copied and pasted just like it was, kids.
So here's how it read. It all started when I bought this doll. My parents had given me enough money to buy another doll. I was so excited. I quickly ran down to the local toy store. What is this, Derry, Indiana? Well, thinking about which one I wanted. Unfortunately, I didn't see a doll that I already had. But I had been buying from here since I was a kid. Of course there would be nothing left to buy. I sadly headed for the exit. when I was almost out of the store, I had this feeling to look to my left. A car coming? Anyway, I obeyed the feeling and turned to my left. Obeyed the feeling. I turned to my left. I stared in amazement. There was a single doll on the shelf.
Meep.
Its curly blonde hair was tied up in a bun. When we locked eyes, I felt something strange surge through me. I couldn't describe it. It was like the eyes saw into my very soul. This was the doll that I wanted. I quickly paid for it and headed home.
To the door.
I woke up in the middle of the night. My eyes were still blurry and misty, so I wiped them.
It was the weed.
With my hand, I got up to check on my parents when I noticed something all do-do-do. That was my doll. That was my doll. I swear I had put her in the living room before I went to going to bed. I stared at in shock. Burn villain. I jumped out of my freaking bed. Was I dreaming? Did my doll just say something? Too late, I realized the doll was holding a gas can and a lighter. It had no opposable thumbs, but it still did that. Hey, how are you? I shouted. Don't try to escape, killer. You're all tied up.
Burn villain.
I tried to move, but I found the doll was right. Both my arms and feet were linked to metal chains. No matter how much I struggled, I couldn't move an inch. The doll laughed. Easily, I continued pouring gas around my room like an idiot. It then lit the lighter and held it over the gas. No, please, why are you doing this? I pleaded desperately because I was burned to death in school by a bunch of bullies, and now I must get my revenge. With these words, it dropped the lighter, and the fire roared like life like an inferno. Enjoy being burned, killer. I tried to reason with the doll, but it left the room. I ripped the chains as hard as I could, but they still wouldn't break. I heard my parents screaming for their lives in the bedroom. It sounded like they were about to die.
They were having sex.
The fire was now surrounding my room. Oh no, the roof was about to crack like an egg.
We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
I was starting to feel feverish from inhaling all the toxic smoke. My mind was starting to slip from me, and black spots danced before my eyes. My last thought was that my parents had stopped screaming, as they were likely dead by now. Everything went black. For the last time, please tell us the truth, demanded the detective. I had been telling them my story for the past 7 days. I woke up in the hospital where they thought brought me back to full health. I picked up a med pack, and that's how it happened. They told me there had been a fire at my house, and both parents didn't make it out, but they did make out. Once I was ready, they brought me straight into the police detectives' deceives. Mm-hmm. They brought me straight to police deceives. Who kept me questioning. Man, that police is a deceiver. Who kept me questioning about the accident. They didn't know what to do, so they sent me to local foster care. Now it's foster care. Centre, where I would be taken care of. We get an hour of computer time each day to have some fun. I must make this quick. We only have about 5 minutes left, so I'll end with this warning. That doll is still out there, roaming the world. It travels.
Roam if you want to. Roam around the world, little doll.
It's as big as a whale. It's about to set sail. Do not buy or play with that doll. That doll has curly blonde hair tied up in a bun. Or you might get severely burned or worse, killed. That is a terrible story. If it's tied up in a bun. It's like how curly is the hair? It's the sloshy swip with me.
There's a lot of dolls with curly hair and buns.
I couldn't keep singing that. It just kept droning on and on.
Vance is going to read a little story called Channel Future.
Channel Future.
I am living on Channel C.
Have you ever heard of a shadow called Sharing Your Future? A show. Sorry. I don't have my
shadow
glasses.
Is funnier.
Of course you haven't.
Then why'd you ask?
Because it doesn't exist.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only person unlucky enough to stumble across such a strange show. It all started with a simple sleepover with a couple of friends at my house. We played hide the pickle.
That's not what's in here.
That's our
what
cat's
story are you
nickname.
reading?
But it ended up turning into a nightmare. Don't try to help me. It's too late.
Hey,
Okay, great.
hey.
Hope you die.
I've never had to write this down before. They break up and murder me. Farewell. It's like a fucked up haiku. We're watching my brand new Ultra 4K smart TV on the couch
Oh, this is just a
in
commercial.
the living room. When the lights started flashing on and off. It was a power outage, and judging by the sudden darkness, it was a big one. What the fuck? All right.
It's a big power outage.
I can always tell if the power outage is bigger because my room gets even darker. You guys.
It goes beyond dark matter.
Since we couldn't watch TV until the power outage was fixed, they went down to the local supermarket to get us some refreshing and ice-cold drinks.
Cold drinks.
That's why I was surprised when I heard the TV suddenly turn back on with a click.
Cat stepped on the remote. Power came halfway back on.
I turned around and the TV was showing static.
How the question mark without any
Nothing.
quotes.
Yeah.
It's just how the.
Like when you try to watch a channel that had no signal. I stared at the TV waiting for something else to happen, but nothing did. Even after I waited for 5 whole minutes, you gotta get more things to do in your life, dude. I thought suddenly floated up from the depths of my mind. The remote, of course. The TV wasn't going to act on its own.
No, could never do that.
I quickly grabbed it from the table and started to surf the channels. Oh, some feeling in my gut told me to go to channel 0. Well, there is no channel 0.
Some feeing in my gut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You need to read what they write.
Some feeling in my gut told me to go to channel 0. I obeyed the feeling without thinking twice, and I pressed 0 on the remote.
It did nothing.
I got something all right.
Ooh.
The channel working perfectly, unlike all the other static channels. The show was called Sharing Your Future. It appeared to be some sort of a talk show. Jerry. There was a woman facing the TV. Upon seeing me, she said in a taunting voice, do you think you want to know your future? I thought it was some sort of game, so I replied, yes, tell me my future. Upon hearing me, the woman grimed evilly. It says Avilli. I was slightly creeped out by this, but I shrugged it off.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Fuck it. Who cares, dude?
Yeah.
I don't even care.
The woman then said something disturbing. Will you die a quick and painless death? You will die a quick and painless death on October 5th, 2019 at exactly midnight.
Oh, cool.
So is that like...
That's nice. That was nice of her.
So wait a minute.
It's quick and painless. So
that's
it's over.
actually the 6th.
Yeah.
Okay. A picture of what appeared to be a gunman kicking down the door to the house flashed on the screen. Enjoy the time you have left. The TV then overheated and shut itself off.
Yeah,
does it have a temperature gauge?
TV, yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
You need to put antifreeze.
Hot.
You need to put antifreeze
God,
in.
burned my fingers.
I always forget to turn on my hover.
You needed coolant.
Yeah.
And a new oxygen sensor.
Oxygons.
My heart was beating rapidly at this point. It sounded like techno. I was dreading to check the date because it was today. What?
In case it was today.
Oh, in case it was today. Sorry.
No, this is really good writing. So
once I gathered some courage, I quickly checked the date on my phone. I almost screamed in terror. Today was October 4th, 2019. That was when I realized I had forgotten to check the time. With all the hope I had left in, I looked at the time. My heart almost stopped. It was 11:59. It was currently 11:59 p.m.
That was the most boring story.
The end.
That was so bad.
Hey, I got a lot invested in that story. Man.
We got to get through these.
A lot of emotion.
No, these are so much fun.
Dead car dealership.
I guess I'll be...
I thought you already went.
No.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
No, just read it. It's fine.
No. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Something disgusting and creepy happened to me when I bought my first car.
I pooped.
I did. Here's what happened. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I was always eager to know what it had felt like behind the wheel. That feeling when the cold wind catches and unravels your hair. The thrill of launching down the highway, dreaming that nothing can ever stop you. That's when I finally passed driving school. My parents tried their best to earn enough money to buy me a new car. If you're on the fucking drive, why aren't you out getting a job buying your own car?
Bitch.
It's about fucking time, Mom and Dad.
They ended up buying me a 4-seat Toyota. What?
Lake Roads Toyota.
Which wasn't so bad compared to the poor people that had no cars. Fucking losers! My parents quickly signed all the paperwork, and in half an hour, I was proudly holding my car keys in my hand. My parents told me that I could test out my new car by driving it home.
Oh, can you test it out by driving it home?
Why wouldn't you test it at the lot?
Fucking dumb.
My first drive, yay! Then I got into their car and I started to drive home They got into their car and I started to drive home carefully. I waved to them when they passed. That's what happened in the car.
It's making me fart.
I waved to them when they passed by and they waved back. The next second, they were gone. I got into my new car and leaned back to test how relaxing the leather seats were.
Now lean back.
I noticed that there was one spot that felt like there was something poking out of the seat. Uh-oh.
'Twas a dildo.
I ignored it and I started the engine. Besides, when I closely inspected the seat, I saw nothing poking out. I just blamed it on stress and then started to drive home. That's usually what happens when I get stressed. There's something poking me in the eye.
Oh man, I'm so stressed. There's something poking me.
A few days went by and
Jesus Christ.
everything was normal. I drove my car almost everywhere. Everything was perfect with it. The engine never failed to start. The brakes and gas pedals never failed when I stepped on them. The only issue I had with the car is now that this thing is poking out of the seat felt closer.
Felt ellipsis. Closer?
I couldn't explain it, but it was the thing that was trying to get out of the seat. But how is this possible? I decided to get to the bottom of this once and for all. I really wished I didn't. I got a razor from the bathroom and ran down to the garage. I knew this would forfeit my insurance, but I didn't care.
Idiot, first and foremost. And second off, no, that's not how it works.
I needed to know what was hurting my back so much. I cut into the leather over and over. I don't think that makes your insurance go up.
No.
It forfeits your insurance. So if you cut your seat, you're no longer insured.
It's like ripping the mattress tag off.
Yeah. Finally, once it was loose enough, I quickly ripped through the leather onto the ground. No, I quickly ripped and threw the leather onto the ground. What I saw next almost made me vomit on the spot.
Oh my God.
Inside the leather, right in the middle of the seat, was a decayed human corpse. It was gruesomely cut into pieces and so revolting.
Don't you think you'd have fucking smelled it, bitch?
Oh, smells don't work in stupid stories.
Oh.
I could see its organs sticking out and its lifeless eyes still staring at me. I fainted. 1 month later, ... So that's why I'm writing this pasta to you now, to warn you. Always check every inch of your car before buying it. You never know what could be hidden underneath the surface.
Whoever wrote this, kill yourself.
Please.
Please kill yourself.
And then have somebody sew you up in a car seat.
Yeah, so I can check every inch of my car before buying it.
I don't think a person would even fit in a car seat.
Fucking stupid. That was the dumbest thing.
I felt like that was a real story. And I need to go forfeit my insurance right now and check my car.
No, don't kill yourself. Just really hurt yourself.
Real quick, just in case you guys need it. Disclaimer. DLUTB is not responsible for any damage.
Dana wrote all these stories, and he's going to screw your car up.
I don't understand why you're right. Why the fuck wouldn't you smell that? Leather, although is not the most porous thing, it still has.
I think it still smells bad.
You can smell like
how do we even know
farts
it's leather?
that get trapped in there for a long
could have
time.
been cloth or vinyl.
She said leather.
Oh,
yeah,
she
she
did?
said it was leather.
Sorry, I
she
was
started
listening.
cutting through her leather seat, which forfeited the insurance. Duh.
It was probably pleather, and she didn't know.
Here's the thing: a body wouldn't fit in the fucking seat.
Not only that,
Wait, what kind of car was it?
a Toyota.
It was a 4-seat Toyota.
Yeah, fucking Toyota's not gonna have leather seats. Fuck
Have you seen
bitch.
the new Camry?
Fucking vinyl.
The all new Camry, 2020
Oh,
Camry.
Four-seater.
There was one at his work.
Four
I'm like,
seats
what
for
the
your
hell
pleasure.
is that?
This car now has 4 doors instead of just one, unlike our 2018 model.
3 doors and 4 seats. Do
I
the math.
love getting in and out of my new car. It's just, there's so many doors for me to choose from. I usually go with the driver one, but JD Power and Associates calls it the best truck of the year.
Something pokes you in the driver's seat, though, and I don't know what it is.
First and foremost, you'd smell it.
It's
okay?
a dick.
It's Bluttery the Killer. That's the name of this one. Bluttery the Killer. Warning for terrible shipping.
I copied just how it was, fellas.
Warning. Bluttery was a very kind and beautiful girl until the day she became insane.
All caps.
One day, Bluttery woke up to her mother telling her to wake up. She got up. The cause and effect right next to it's like they leave no imagination to any of their stories. One day, Bluttery woke up to her mother telling her to wake up. She got up. That's the next sentence. After they said, Bluttery already woke up by her mother told her.
Now, I have a question on this. Did she wake up? They don't let you know.
Wait, what did her mom tell her?
Bluttery woke up to her mother telling her to wake up. She got up.
She did get up.
There you go.
Nailed it.
She got up and walked to the school. She got up and walked to school.
Red Robin.
So she didn't get dressed or anything. I love how they're so like informative about her waking up, but they skip all of her morning routine.
What'd she wear? What'd
she
she have for breakfast?
She just got up, went to school.
She
Didn't
probably
even
did that
fucking
thing like they do on TV shows where the mom makes that full spread of food. The kids have no bites and leave.
What's with that?
Oh, it makes
Also,
me so
if
mad.
you're going to open a soda, drink the soda. Don't just open it up when you're having conversation and then leave it there. Ugh. It's so frustrating. One day, Bluttery, first off, her name's Bluttery, woke up to her mother telling her to wake up. She got to school, whatever. She was very pretty, so people was pretty jealous of her.
The name like Bluttery, you better be something.
She would, Mom, Dad, this is my girl from Bluttery. Oh my God. Oh, she's very attractive.
We were going to diss her, but those looks
Diss
are
her.
stunning.
She went to the school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she got up, she walked to school. She was very pretty, so people was pretty jealous of her. She went to the school. And then the 4 girls always bully her, came up and said, "You're so fat."
White up cunt.
One of the girls called Christina said, next paragraph, "Your hair is so dry and ugly." The other girl called Nanima said, next paragraph, "Everyone hates you." The 3rd girl and the 4th girl said, they don't have names.
Nope.
They're not important.
Girl by tree, girl by trash can.
Extra 1, extra 2.
They get the $50 gift certificate and a steak dinner.
She was really sad, but she ignored them. Bluttery had beautifully colored ginger hair, and she has a very toned body. Ugh. How do you know that? She also has clear hazel eyes. It's still what the fuck?
She uses that clear eyes for the dry eyes, so they put them on the beach ball.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get back to our road trip.
She walked into her school. She was already at her school, but now she walked into it and went to her locker. She heard people talking about this guy named Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
How do you do the name game with Bluttery?
Bluttery, bluttery, bo buttery, banana, fana, fo buttery, fee, fi, mo, muttery, bluttery.
Damn, he nailed it.
Gotcha.
Let's do Chuck.
My name is Bluttery. I am a girl. I have dry hair and clear hazel eyes. Buttery, banana. Okay. She knows, hey, Jeff, dot, 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 dot. She knows he was a famous and hot creepypasta. This is terrible.
No.
I can't do this. So she
I don't
started,
want you to.
She started eavestalking.
Started what talking?
She started eavestalking.
Oh.
Apparently 5 girls were so fangirling over him. Desperate
Like
to make some
fangirl?
friends, she went there and asked them to be her friend. But they rejected her because her name was very edgy and cringy. Brandon. She loved it, and her parents also loved it. It also, when school ended, it just ends. So, that's the end of school. She came home to greet her mother, father, and her dog, who was named Mark.
They couldn't name the bullies at school, but they named the dog Mark.
Her name's Bluttery. Her boyfriend, soon to be, is Jeff.
It must be
Nanima and Christina, and their fucking dog is named Mark.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The next day, she brought her dog to school for show and tell. What fucking grade is she in?
Hold on.
They're talking about how hot she is, and then she's going to show and tell.
What? How do you? Is this a fucking tone-bodied kindergartner? What the fuck?
They have that bull testosterone disease, where they're just lifting like fucking 100-pound weights at the age of 5. That girl's body's really toned. Look at that gingery hair and those clear hazel eyes.
Hazel eyes, man.
But when the 4 girls saw her, just the 4 girls, and her dog, they started beating up her dog.
Oh, I don't like this story anymore.
No, stop! Bluttery cried as she fell onto the ground for no reason at all.
They're beating her dog, and she fell down.
So let me get this straight. They saw her, they beat up her dog, but they kept beating up her dog. When she glanced at her dog, she realized that it was almost dead. I was expecting to have them put another dog after dead. Then she snapped! She took out her pepper spray bottle in her pocket.
Oh, fuck me, kindergartner with pepper spray.
With that toned body and those awesome hands of hers in her pocket, and sprayed it at the leader's eyes. Who is the leader? They never established
that. It was the
that.
main girl.
The leader of the pack.
Yeah, that was Christina or Nominee or whatever her name was.
The leader fell onto the ground, and the rest of the girls screamed. Bluttery then ran away to somewhere.
Where's the dog?
So that no one would see her. People then gathered around the fallen girl and called the ambulance. The next day, the police went to her house and attempted to arrest her, just without no due process, no fucking nothing, no investigation.
It's the police. You're arrested.
But she grabbed an kitchen knife quickly and dodged all their bullets.
She's now Matrix. She's toned. That's because she's toned with the clear hazel eyes.
Oh, I'm glad we only have 3 minutes.
It's wonderful. Shut up.
Oh my god. She dodged all. So here I'm gonna read it just like it says here. She grabbed the kitchen knife. She grabbed an kitchen knife quickly and dodged all their bullets and finished them.
No, it's Mortal Kombat.
Finish them, bitch. She turned to her parents and said, "No witnesses," and killed them. She then went to the kitchen, but was surprised to see a wild Jeff Okay, now I know it's a fucking kid, because a wild Jeff is like a colloquial meme saying for a wild dog appeared, or a wild Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You dissected that from that sentence?
Yes.
Some of us are interested in the story. Keep going.
Jeff standing there, smiling at her with his already carved smile.
This must be Jeff the Killer.
OMG, Jeff.
He's a creepypasta, so this must be what it is.
I want to read it like a robot. Hold on. Oh my god, Jeff, what are you doing here? Bluttery asked, and Jeff confessed his love to her. I've been watching you for moments, and we seem like the perfect match. Jeff confessed. Sorry, is that funny?
Yes.
So will you marry me? Jeff added. Oh my god, of course. Bluttery replied. They started killing together, but once. Next paragraph. Bluttery got stabbed in the eyes accidentally. So wait a minute.
It gets better.
Hold on. Bluttery got stabbed in the eyes accidentally. So we don't know who stabbed her. It could have been Jeff, and it could have been an accident because he was just waving his knife around. Bluttery got stabbed in the eye accidentally. So now she's blind. and she accidentally slit her mouth, so she can't speak anymore. But it's okay. They still kissed and had. Next paragraph. 2 beautiful children named Nina and Cleo.
Cleo! Wait, Miss Cleo's parents. Now we know.
Why can't you talk if you slit your mouth?
Right.
Even with people without tongues can still make some fucking...
Well, she's now blind. ...glottal speech. Next paragraph. Newspaper reports 2 mysterious murderers have been going on a huge killing spree. We recommend you sleeping in the basement. The end. She also killed her... I love this. The end. ... In parentheses, she also killed her bullies. End parentheses. And then parentheses open again. End me, please. Parentheses closed.
Fucking end me.
That was the worst thing I've ever read.
Wonderful.
Holy shit.
That was...
But I know it's a child who wrote it. It's got to be, because only children say a wild bull appeared. Yes, I'm going to say it, Brandon. That is a real thing that people do.
I didn't read and heard that before.
All right.
We have tons more on this list, because you'd be surprised how many websites have crappy creepypastas.
None of them are creepy. That's the thing.
No, these are all... I was scared.
They're terrible.
I was scared that these people are out there writing this.
But then again, you're also talking to somebody who doesn't get scared of horror movies, so...
You weren't tired or scared when she went to school and then she had show and tell as an adult, and then the dog Mark died?
With her toned body.
Toned body.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's up, man?
She was accidentally stabbed in the eye.
I love that they just went right past that.
And then her mouth got
They didn't care about how it happened. They just said...
She ran somewhere where no one would find her, but the police came to the door and said, "You're under arrest, ma'am." Okay, not on my watch. Pew, pew, pew. Dodges bullets, kills parents, marries
We
Jeff.
should make a little movie about this.
She dodged all their bullets, dude.
All of them.
How the fuck does that happen?
How do you not do it? That's how gangbangers do it. They dodge cops' bullets.
Is that what she's getting jumped into a gang? Is that what she was doing?
Her parents were like, "You think that's air you're breathing?" And she turned their head like,
"I should have taken the pink pill."
Ugh. Wait, which one's that?
The dodging bullet pill.
I take pink pills for my heartburn.
I take pink pills for my allergies.
I'd take OTC. Get her done.
Oh no. He needs more money.
Are we still reading or are we done?
It's up to you guys.
What time is it?
We're at 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up. Hey, Vance.
Yeah, Dan.
How can people get a hold of us? How can people get a hold of us and talk to us about emails?
You sound like an Animal Crossing character almost.
You
W.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to be discriminatory or anything, but if you accidentally got stabbed in the eyes and don't know why, don't talk to me.
If you guys have a fun creepypasta that you want us to read and make fun of, or not,
keep it to yourself.
No, send it to us
at don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com.
Where can people go to our Facebooks?
Well, facebook.com.
Where can people go to our Gmails?
don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com.
I want the one with more GBs. I don't care.
We're also on the interwebs. Is it okay to say that, Brandon?
World Wide Web.
The internet, our website is don'tlookunderthebed.net. There should be links there to all of our shit. So,
not to mine. Mine's in the toilet.
We've got a Patreon, which is cool. PayPal, all that stuff. If you guys want to help us out, do what we're doing. It's fun stuff. And I guess really the biggest thing you can do to help us out at this point is go to iTunes.
Make a reaction video of a reaction video.
No, go to iTunes and give us 5 stars. You can say that Dan read like he accidentally got stabbed in the eyes, or
he didn't know how.
I read like my mouth accidentally got slit, or Natalie read like she accidentally took a dog to show and tell. But we don't care what you say. Just give us 5 stars. Give us that rating. And thank you for putting up with this particular episode.
These are so funny.
And all of our others. We appreciate every one of our listeners.
And paid for by viewers like you. I'm Derry Merbles, and this is Thoughts for Your Thoughts. Once again, this has been the Don't Look at the Bed podcast. One of your derelict hosts, Dan Wonder, next to me is...
Did you say derelict?
Yeah.
Derelict my balls, oh, Capitan.
Capitan. Next to me is...
Natalie Rose.
Next to her is...
Vinny Rose.
Thank you guys for listening again. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below.
We'll
I
get-
just love saying that. It's so fun.
And you know what,
you have a
guys?
point though.
Real
Point when you
quick,
do it.
everybody help me out here. This week, for you guys listening, the applause goes to you. That's all
It's
of
the
us.
lamest
Speech,
applause.
speech, speech, speech,
It's
speech.
creepypasta,
Bye.
creepypasta.
Bye.